Oh, this is quite a rare sight. Uh, I ended up reconfiguring a router upstairs to become just a dummy access point, sort of, and this got kicked off. So, because I don't have the time to drag down some peripherals to properly put in whatever, or get it connected or whatnot again, I decided to do a soft shutdown with the power button because I still have it configured for such, and I shut it down. Uh, Now, for those of you wondering what this is a project box that I've been working on for about, give or take 2 years. Started in around August 2010 when I got the box. I originally got the case, the motherboard, the CPU, and heatsink, along with half a gig of memory and whatever FireWire cable that is plugged into the board. I got that all for $5. $5. I know, it's amazing. This is an Epox EP8RDA6 Plus Pro board. It runs fairly well for what it is after you get it configured right. After the CMOS battery decided to die on me a little ways in. That's like the first thing that I replace now on boards. I've got about 2 gigs of DDR400 memory on there. That's 3 sticks. So that's 2 512 sticks and 1 gig stick. They're not the same brand, but they do have the same timings and stuff, so everything is all nice and peachy. The CPU underneath that fan, which actually does light up blue when I turn it on. I'm going to turn it on a little bit so you can see. I really don't like it turning on blue. I'm going to see about detaching the blue LEDs that are around the fan to get it to stop doing that, because I don't like the blue tint to the case. Yeah. It's an Athlon XP 2700 plus thoroughbred, T-bred, whatever you want to call it. It has a 166 megahertz front side bus, which has been overclocked to 200 megahertz. Put it at the same speed as the memory, which runs dual because DDR, dual data rate, right? Right. So it's running 1-to-1 with the memory, which is supposedly good. Memory is running at stock speed with the front side bus overclock, which is supposedly accounting for the machine running rock stable with the front side bus overclock. And it generally works out right. Alright. Got 2 brand new fans here. One here and one down here. You see that? Those are Antec True Quiet 120s. They're the cheapest fans I could get at Staples, which is the cheapest brick and mortar store that I have that sells fans around here, and I needed them extremely fast because this is a system that I wanted to keep on. So they run fine. That's great. They run at full speed around 1100 RPM. That's still even more great because they still push air while running at that speed. More air than I need pushed, so that's generally alright. Keeps all of my hard drives cool down here, generally in the 29 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius zone, which is supposedly good. I don't know. I don't keep up with these sort of things. I really should, but when the temperatures are that low, that's not really something I need to worry about now, is it? Let's get into what I've got here for hard drives. Top hard drive is a 200 gig hard drive. It's Western Digital Caviar SE. Is it Digital Caviar or it's just Caviar? Yeah, Western Digital Caviar SE. It's the only IDE hard drive in the case, and it's my boot drive. Now, before you ask why do I have an IDE drive on my boot drive, oh well, it's what I had at the time. It runs well, I have no problems, it runs fast enough. That's all I need out of it. It's not stunting the performance of the machine in any way. In fact, it's saturating the bus very nicely. The other three are SATAs. You got a 120 up top and 2 160s at the bottom. The 160 down there is actually the SATA version of the Caviar SE up there. That's 160, not a 200. Oh well, it's what I had. Thought it was dead. It's not. Okay, it works. They work. They hold stuff. I'm going to see about getting them all replaced with 1 to 2 terabyte drives in the near future. Now, where are these plugging in, might you ask? Oh my goodness. For a socket A, socket 462, whatever board, it has onboard SATA. That's what I really like about this motherboard. Despite being a late model socket A board, it has its advantages. Besides having AGP8X. What's in the AGP8X slot, you say? Oh, what's with that very nasty HCI squirrel cage fan? No. This is a Radeon X850 XT Platinum Edition that I picked up for 20 bucks at a computer parts store. It was used. It works fine. No problems. It does aero fast enough. Gets a solid 5.9 in Windows Experience Index. That's all I care about. Underneath, there's that FireWire cable that I mentioned before. I have an Audigy that I'm going to put in here in a little while as well. That's going to get plugged into there. I'm going to disable the onboard when I get the chance. Underneath that is USB 2.0 card to supplement the existing USB 2.0 card ports on the board, except for the ones that I don't have plugged in the front because I don't have those up there right now. I have to glue them back in because of my own error. And under that is a Hoppage Win TV tuner card that I still have no use for, but it's still in there just for the hell of it. The case itself is about 9 years old. The heatsink has a date code on it. It's about 10 years old as of last month, so it has some mileage on it. It still cools very nicely. CPU stays around 38 to 40 degrees Celsius on a good day. Up to 46 degrees Celsius if it gets too hot down here. Now, because the furnace is running, it does get up to about 46 degrees Celsius, but it does not affect the performance of the machine at all. Up here, we've got an OCV 600 watt power supply. It's modular. It's the Mod Extreme Pro whatever crap that they had. It was on sale when I got it for 40 bucks at Micro Center. My boss went over and he said, "Do you need anything?" And I said, "Yeah, I need a power supply." Boom, there was there. Took the offer right on the table as it was. And supposedly he got a rebate for it or something to make it 40 bucks. It was like 55 or something, or 60 or something. With the rebate, it's like 40. Whatever. And then down there is another fan. That's the junky fan that I have on the Enforce chipset. It's an Enforce 4, whatever, Ultra 400, whatever. I don't care. It runs. And then up here, you've got the one DVD drive up top, which is the other IDE thing on the second IDE bus. It's the only thing on that bus. So whatever it's doing is fully saturating the bus, even though they don't really fully saturate that much. The second one underneath the SATA, it has, I think it's an HP branded drive. It has LightScribe support on it, though. See? Yeah, there it is, LightScribe. Yes, I do have a floppy drive in here. Yes, it still works. Yes, I have it plugged in. Blah, 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 blah. Case is an Antec SLK 3600 AMB, if anyone's wondering, which you're probably not, because this case is old, and I don't think that many people have many of these cases around anymore. These are probably the most like to the Antec Landboys. You're better off getting one of those. They're much more better in terms of modularity and cable management. This, you don't have a whole lot of options. You can see where I have cables and stuff behind the motherboard and stuff. It's really not that good. Whatever. So I'm going to go right ahead and start it up, just so you can see. In this last minute that I have here, even though they supposedly go up to 15 minutes now with these videos, I'm running low on battery power. Oh. Well, it would help if I have the power supply on, right? Right. Oh yeah, there's my Dell TrueMobile 1300 wireless card. That's what I need to connect it down to the internet down here in the basement. I usually just use it for remote desktop sessions. It goes right up there, up next to the pipe, a well. And that big loud noise is the 850 squirrel cage fan. It will ramp down right there. And you can see the 80 port board right there. It's going 75, and it's going to go to FF to boot. I hope. It's not. Okay. So in that case, I have to restart it. Just soft reset should do it. That'll come up to that. 6F. Doo-doo-doo. Whatever. You can at least see that it gets up to there. My battery's dying. Another one of the drives starting up. That's what I needed to hear. Now it'll probably go. Yep, there it goes. FF. It's starting up, booting up Windows 7 now. This is running Windows 7 Ultimate, I think. Either way, it runs fine. Alright, given I don't have a whole lot of time left, I'm going to cut this short. And this is my project box. Hopefully it gets a lot better from here. Until next time.